Hi, welcome back to My Life with Plants. I'm Newman. We're going to do a repotting of a Haworthia. Why am I doing it in this season? This is the best season to do it. This particular one is really needing it. It's got plenty of offsets to deal with. Just the whole plant itself. I mean, we have these really hot tropical summers and they don't grow at all during that time of the year. They go dormant. This is when they start to grow again, is autumn. Today's temperature is a max of 22 degrees. So it is warm. And these plants are starting to produce their roots again. It's okay to take off the little baby ones and just keep this. They will produce offsets pretty readily. But I just want to clean it right up. Like so. Get all these dead leaves off. This is quite time consuming, so you can fast forward it if you want. But I will talk to you while I'm doing it. Haworthias have been growing them ever since I was a kid. They used to be at the, well, they are, and don't know if those nurseries are still open, but when I was growing up as a child, my aunt would bring me there, and my mum. And I did have a curiosity for succulents, and I remember they would have, especially during the spring and summertime, they would bring in the succulents into the nursery, and I was really attracted to them because of their shape, their color, texture, everything. They drew me in. And my mum would buy me some, 2 or 3, and I would take them home, and we had a an area in the back of the property. It was a unit. We lived in a unit, and a unit is something that you can pay rent to the government, and once all the payments have been, some of the money would naturally be interest, but it was very, very low interest in those days, and the rest of it would be put into a mortgage, automatic. Such a great system, right? Isn't that what we all want? So we lived in a unit, and in the back, right outside my bedroom window, I would keep my succulents, and that was south facing, so I lived in New Zealand at the time. And south facing is the darkest side, but it suited succulents very well, and there was a bay window coming out of the kitchen, and outside underneath that, it gave the plants protection because we have a pretty wet winter. The winter time's wet, so they don't want to get wet in the winter. But it was you know, quite humid, wet winter. They could get quite cold, but no frosts, so I wouldn't have to cover my succulents. They grew really well for me, and I remember that very well. I had some Ripsalis too, Zygopetalums, is that what you call them? Zygocactus, sorry. And that's what got me started. Here in this tropical climate of Japan, however, pretty resorted to what I can grow. I've got a crassula right next to me that looks absolutely terrible because of this tropical summer, so that's something I just can't grow in this country. But I can grow Haworthias. They get pretty badly beaten up, but I just don't water them during the summer. Leave them alone, and from this time of the year they start their growth. However, they get very low temperatures during midwinter. You can go right down to -5, -8 degrees, so I have to set my tray up ready to protect them from frost. And that was just experimental. I just had to put layers of insulation into the trays, and then I would just trial and error. The plants would get damaged and I would think, well, they need a little bit more, and I've come to the point where I've just got enough insulation. It keeps them happy. The drawback is having to take the lid off the tray to let in the fresh air and not burn them, because every other day it is hot and sunny over here. Okay, so we have quite a lot of pot, don't we? And we don't really need that much, so in the bottom I would try to put stones if I have some. Let's see. Underneath this aloe are some stones that I've collected, and that would be good in the bottom, like that. There's a decorative glass. Put that aloe back. That's starting to grow really well now. Looked pathetic in the summer. Actually got the rots. I didn't even water it. That's how tropical it is here. I just can't grow many things. I have got an aloe downstairs, some aloe sapronara, and that thing doesn't mind tropical heat and humidity. Okay, so here we go. And you can remove all the roots after your Haworthias, no problem. Just take them off. Just poke them back in again, like so. You don't have to save the roots. Even these offsets may look like that I'm setting it back, but I'm not. This is going to make it grow more prolifically, and breaking the roots off doesn't hurt it one bit. Actually makes it start to grow more roots faster once you do that. And it's just a matter of poking them back in. So it's just like being a kid all again and playing in the garden for me. I'm just picking quite a few, like so. Today is a special day because it marks 1 year. Let's see, is it still going? Today marks 1 year that I quit drinking. I used to be a drinker. I am alcoholic dependent, and I had to give it up. There was just many things falling apart around me, if you can imagine that. And I quit 1 year ago this month. Now, how did I do it? I don't know. Don't know how I did it. There was just too many negatives about what was happening. And I just had to stop it altogether, and I haven't had one since a year ago. Totally given up. If you are suffering from a drinking problem, then all I can say is that it's not worth it. You lose too much time, too much life, too much joy in life. You are you're not even there, so to speak. You're in a daze, you're in a dream world. And I really don't care who you are, but you can say that you can be a functioning alcoholic and I'm fine and I can do it, but you're not. You're just kidding yourself. Everyone around you notices the problem, and you are destroying your health. You're going to end up in a hospital. You're going to end up with liver problems. You're going to end up with, it'll give you cancer somewhere in your body, urinal, in your gallbladder, and your liver disease, psoriasis, which is freaking terrible. It also, yeah, it just makes you extremely moody, angry. When you become dependent like I am, you can't have enough. Once you're finished, it's just not enough. You just got to have more. It's terrible. It's a terrible situation, and there's only one way out of it, and that's to stop. It's one of the worst things out there, alcohol. Okay, there it is. Ta-da. Looking forward to it clumping up again and looking magnificent. I've been really dying to do that. Oh, put it back. I'll show you the tray up here too. Alright. Okay, this one is for some peanut cacti that I'm going to pot up pretty soon. Alright, just before I get rid of these little pieces, I'm going to keep some and grow it. But I won't compact the soil, I will keep it loose enough and then poke these ones in. Like a birthday cake. yeah, so it's a bad subject, right? Talking about this, but I hope I can help somebody. Alcohol dependency. You just gonna quit. Just do it. It won't be that hard because you have this beautiful hobby, plants, right? I know if you're watching, you love plants. You replace it with your plants. Get busy with your plants. Take your plant down. You got nothing to do. You feel like this is the time that you would have a drink in your hand. You get your plant out and you check it over, wipe its leaves, get a nice moist cloth, wipe down its leaves, give it a flush out. When was the last time you did that for your house plant? Yeah, give it a flush out over the sink. Look up some facts about your plant. It can help you grow it better. Check out some amazing YouTube programs, like the one I've been watching, Creature Free. You just type it in with no space, all lowercase, Creature Free. I can't remember, but he's a French botanist. Enjoy that. Stick a coffee in your hand. Have an iced coffee. Just stop it. Get rid of it. Get it out of your life. Once you have started, every day that goes on is another day that you just forget about it, like, because you replaced it with so many other things to do in your life. You won't be bothered to even think about it anymore. It'll be gone it won't be your habit anymore. And do not pick up one. Right? Birthday comes around. I'm gonna have a drink because it's my birthday. It's a special occasion. No, don't even do it then. Get rid of it. Completely get rid of it, all of it, so that it's no longer something that you do. It's that rare and that how can I explain it? It's like right out of your total existence of your daily routine. Today we have another one with the little babies in it. Next up, if I can find it. Okay, there it is. Next up is these peanut cacti. I got lucky because I have a something to put over the holes. Okay, unfortunately the peanut cactus in the garden has succumbed to scale. Well, when I bought it, I had scale and I sprayed the scale and everything, but I noticed that it's still there. So yesterday I had a bucket of water and I took off those pieces that had the scale on it, and I used a soft toothbrush, just a soft toothbrush to rub them off. So I don't know how effective this is and if I've gotten rid of them, but scale are just a nightmare. Utter nightmare. So I hope that the bare minimum of work I've done is enough. Leave the mix in there loose and just kind of poke and wriggle and they fall into place. I don't have my glasses on, so it's pretty hard to see. But I did have a bucket of water and a toothbrush, so I spent some time brushing off those damn things. And then after I soaked them in the solution of insecticide, overnight. I mixed two together. One is sticks, so they got no way of escaping. It sticks to their body. And the other one is the killer. Yeah. Hopefully I got rid of all of them. And I gotta get back to that plant in the garden. I think it's going to be all made into cuttings for sure, and I do have time. You can see here that it's quite a big plant. A big plant that's squashed into a small pot. And when I bought it, it had scale on it, but I just wanted a peanut cactus. So I thought, oh, I can deal with it. They are hard to deal with. Very hard. You actually wonder why they didn't deal with the scale. Well, they probably did. They probably did spray it. But if you do get scale on your cacti, get out a soft bristled toothbrush. Take the thing apart like this, brush every part of it so that you don't see anything, and then put your insecticide into a plastic bag and close it up. It's like 100%. It's like a cake. I'm having a party. It's late in the season. They will root up. In actual fact, it's safer part of the season because the humidity is dropping back now. I have so many. So this thing is jam-packed with pieces. I notice when you're rooting peanut cacti, you've got to keep that soil just slightly moist. If you let it dry out for too long, they actually don't like it, even as a cutting, because they root pretty quickly. Yeah. Probably going to have some left over, and I can put those into another pot. So with this chopstick, I'm just poking the soil and it loosens it up as I'm pushing down. This is how I plant stuff. poke, wriggle as I push in, and they go in easily. Alright, can I fit another one in? Probably right there. Give it the tap. Done. That's it. And I do have some left, so I'm going to go in this little pot here and I'll take out the dead Sigmatalix radicans that succumb to the heat of summer. Yes. There's only said ones I can grow on the balcony. And this will be the last pot. Hopefully I can get everything else that's left over here into this one pot. How neat is that? Oh, I'm planting up now. It's quick, isn't it? Very quick. You can see this big long one. I would have done that one first. Alright, I'm going to take a bit more effort to get in. Wiggle. In. Two more swimming around. There. What's that? All done. Alright, I'm just going to clean all this stuff up and I will turn off the camera and I'll be back with you because I'm going to show you my cacti collection, so stay tuned for that. Alright, let's have a look at Haworthias. Look at that. They're like jewels. This big massive one here. Surprisingly enough, it stayed quite healthy during the summer because it was protected in this corner. That beautiful Haworthia truncata. We've got this one here that is called Tropical Night. Haworthia attenuata, I think. Not sure what that one is. This one is another obtusa with the beautiful windows. This is Haworthia truncata green. Did have a little rot, but got to be a little bit more careful. This one has the fleshy taproots. I did buy it as just a single plant with I think 1 or 2 offsets, so it's clumping up fine. This is a Haworthia that has variegated leaves on it. Here's another variety. This one down here. This one cost me $20. It's quite expensive for a Haworthia. And that one right there is a gift from a seller. Down comes the shade cloth because we have a heck of a lot of sun in this winter time. Okay, cacti update. Here we go. Calicium spiniflorum variety Violaceum. Doing much better since I put it down off the shelf, and it's been getting more water. It's happier. That one there is one of my two Haworthia mammalosas. They do really well. This one here, I've done a video about it, but it looked like a ceroid because it was so thin. It looked like it was going to die. I started to water it a lot more during the summer. It is very tropical. It's a tropical cactus. So if you grow these from seed, you will find that you have to treat them different than other cacti. But these flowers are so beautiful on them. Stenocactus there. We have another peanut that's gone really long. It's a cutting. This is an Echinopsis offset that I took. This is one that was repotted not long ago. And here is a trough full of Echinopsis hybrids that are growing really well. This one is the one that has a beautiful bright yellow, like really bright yellow with pink. It's a big pink bud that opens up. It's magnificent. I did have a larger one that I bought, and that one rotted. I don't know why, but this one is doing fine, so definitely this year it'll flower for me. That one is a prolific Echinopsis hybrid that can attain quite large size. That one is Oreoceras trolli. No problem, believe it or not, in this extra wet climate. A couple of Echinopsis subdenudatas. That is one of the Monstrocylindropingia monstros, which is up here. This is the mother plant that have been growing this for years. Many years. Novelty cactus. One thing about this, it's called slow growing. It's true. So what you can do is frequently repot it every 2 years, and then you'll have. Alright, I got a massive ice pack on my phone now, so it doesn't turn off. This is Haworthia Haworthia peperea. This thing likes the water too. Could do with a bit more water. I was underwatering it. This one is Magnifica. Look at all those seeds popping out. Did you see that? Ta-da! Whoa. Little seeds. And this one is Claviceps. And so is this. And down here, this is my pinecone cactus, Tephrocactus articulatus inermis. I just bought that as that little tiny stumpy bit there. It's grown one last year, and this one's this year. My big Notocactus Halcyon, and I just actually gave them all a water today. Yep, they like water at this time of the year, not in the summer. It's different to your climate. You might see some burning down there. That's not rust. Those are burns. And how do I know they are burns? Because I saw it happen. And I just throw shade cloth over. These are Gymnocalicium saglionis, and they did flower, and I got seed, and they haven't germinated yet. I think they need to have scarification. This is my big old Hespostoa lanata that's been growing really well, having no problems with it whatsoever, even in this tropical climate. Another one that loves the tropical climate is Phaerocactus glossicens. It's this beautiful blue, likes the climate. Hemicactus hematocanthus. And that one right there is Thalocactus Magdalii, and if I put my camera around the back there, you'll be able to see babies because it's offsetting. That one's Hemicactus too. It's got scarring on it from the humidity. This is a kind of mammillaria I picked up. That one there is Mammilosa, which is a great cactus to have. Doing fantastically is Sclerocactus unicactus. Down here I have Tephros. Believe it or not, in this humid climate, as long as you don't put them underneath the rain, they do fantastic. It doesn't bother them one bit, surprisingly. Mammillaria kowinskiana. It's my Sulcobetia. It has beautiful pink flowers. It's offsetted. Didn't water it that much during the summer in case it rots. This is Mammillaria prolifera. That's growing prolifically. Very nice. Nice big large hybrid Labivia right there. Mammillaria it offsets dichotomously. In actual fact, this one comes from a wide distribution in Mexico. Doesn't mind humidity one bit. Doesn't mind one bit. And here's another one that I've been growing for years. I think that's Mystax. And Mystax had babies. But this one's pretty beaten up. It is one of the babies that I grew from seed. Even though it gets beaten up and stuff by the weather, especially the heat, it will recover and grow out of it. That one there is a Labivia Mayrana. Didn't flower this year, damn. That one's a Labivia too. This is my one and only Homalocephala texensis. Be careful with the water, they can rot. Here's my two Pharaohs, Pharaoh number 1, Pharaoh number 2. That one is, I always get its name wrong. It's a Morii. Not sure what this is. It's a pretty large Mammillaria that has actually quite large blooms for a Mammillaria too. This one's Albulinata, which does really well in this climate. No problems, actually puts more growth on in the winter. These are my elongatas. Well, one of them anyway. It grows fine. And this one. We're all scared of these, aren't we? Because they get the rots. It's not a long-lived cactus, so after 10 years or so, it'll die where it's been growing from. Okay, I think that's about it for today. Thanks for watching this repot and everything. It's pretty hot up here. It says 22, but it feels like 30 degrees. Camera keeps overheating, but I will bring in some individual cacti and do a close-up with better lighting, and yeah, I can introduce them better that way. But anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you have a drinking problem, make today the beginning of your first day that you're going to quit, because once you do, you can get that habit out of your life will be much better. And I can go into detail about it, but it's all bad and sad news, so who wants to hear that, right? But yeah, I just wanted to celebrate my sobriety, and just share that, because it's not impossible to quit. Yeah, and I did give you some little tips there of how I did it, and yeah, you're going to feel much calmer, much happier. Your sleep, everything will be much better. You have you have a lot more energy, and you'll be able to think clearer, and you'll be able to enjoy your hobby more. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.